All right. So what I want to do in this video is talk a little bit about economies versus diseconomies of scale. Okay. So let's just start off really fast. So what is economies? What is diseconomies of scale? So the definition. So economies of scale is saying that as your output is increasing, your average total cost is decreasing, and vice versa. This is really important. First of all, let's pause. Common mistakes with this. 1, it's average total cost, not total cost, people. Average total cost. Second, some students, including myself and TAs, not as frequently, but everyone makes mistakes. Everyone has those days. Think it's only when quantity is increasing and average total cost is decreasing. It's also the opposite is true. So when quantity is decreasing and average total cost is increasing, this is also economies of scale. It's basically just think of if the arrows aren't matching, guess what? It's economies of scale. Got it? And remember, it's average total cost. Then finally, what is diseconomies of scale? Diseconomies of scale says the opposite. So as quantity increases, guess what? Average total cost increases. As quantity decreases, guess what? Average total cost decreases. So when the arrows are together, same sign, diseconomies of scale. Got it? Got it. And then there's also constant returns to scale. Basically what that's saying is as your quantity is increasing or decreasing, let me write this, constant returns to scale, your average total cost literally just doesn't change. It stays the same. So you'll sometimes encounter that, but it's not as common as economies and diseconomies of scale. Okay, got it? Screenshot it, wrote it down. So I'm going to explain the weird graph that everyone never understands, including myself. It's when we got this, and then you got, I'm going to do it blue. Whoa, look at all these U's. Like, you see this, and you just want to cry, because what is that? It looks like a bad comb or something. Okay, so let's break this down. So first of all, this white line is your long run average total cost curve. Okay, this is Q is your output, and I guess this is price, or your average total cost. So the y is not as important. You don't really need to know the y-axis. So what's happening as quantity is increasing? What's happening to average total cost? Guess what? It's increasing. Is this economies or diseconomies of scale? Quantity is increasing. Average total cost is increasing. It's oh, you can't see it. It is. You're right. Diseconomy. That says die. Diseconomies of scale. I swear, I feel like Dora the Explorer sometimes with these videos. Okay. So now, what do these U's mean? Like these blue, what is happening? So what these blues U's are is they're short run average total cost curves. Okay. So let's break it down. What's the relationship here? Why do we draw this? Okay. So let's say I own, what should I pick today? Let's do a Lego store. I love Legos. If you ever want to make me happy, buy me some Legos. They're just ridiculously expensive. So let's say I own a Lego store, Lego factory as a matter of fact, and I'm operating at full capacity. I'm using resources the best I can, like the good economist that I am. And I am producing 10 Legos. Right now it costs me, I don't know, $10 per Lego. This is per Lego. I don't know, per Lego box, I guess. So let's say I want to make more Legos. So I buy this fancy new factory. And I sell the previous one and I expand. And it's a much bigger factory. And with this new factory, I can produce more Legos. I can produce, actually, as a matter of fact, I can produce 20 Legos boxes. Now, what's going to happen in the short run when I buy this factory? Well, I got to train a bunch of new staff. Got to buy a bunch of new machinery. Got to pay the down payments. Got to do all these costs. So in the short run, my costs are going to go nuts. They're going to go bananas. Okay? So I'm going up, I'm up, and I go up to this point. But is it going to stay there? I mean, obviously the staff is going to get trained. So they're not very efficient at the beginning, but they'll become efficient. And then I don't have to pay the down payment repeatedly. And once I have the machinery and other things, I don't have to pay it again. So in the long run, short run, the costs go up. But in the long run, this factory is the costs are going to sink back down. But I'm not at the previous output point I was, because I'm in a new factory. So I can still produce 20. But my costs aren't what they used to be. Now we can notice that my costs are still higher than they were previously. They dropped down from where they were in the short run. But in the long run, they're still higher. That's because we're in diseconomies of scale. Now let's say I repeat the whole process again. I buy a new factory, retrain. What's going to happen? Well, guess what? Now that I've hit the long run, I'm on this new U. And I go up to this part. And in the long run, I drop down to the lowest possible cost. So I drop down. And that's what just keeps happening. These are all just short runs. So I go up, if I buy a new factory, go up, drop down to the lowest cost at that quantity. Go up, drop down to the lowest cost at that quantity, etc. And there's an infinite amount of U's, or short run average total costs, on this line. Just because it just depends where you are, how much quantity you want to produce, and then you drop down to the lowest cost. Same thing goes for for economies of scale. It's just the long run average total cost curve is sloping down, and then you have U's that go like that. Okay. Hopefully, you can't see it. Hopefully this makes some sense. As always, if you have questions, let me know. Adam, out.